Hello, welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 2nd of March. It's going to be an incredible week, so please do stay with me to the end. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you're new to my channel, could I just ask you to subscribe and also press on the bell notification symbol. This week begins with a quarter moon. Actually in the sky it looks like a half moon, and this one's in Gemini. Gemini, a bright and bubbly third sign of the Zodiac, very much to do with communications. But the moon in Gemini doesn't necessarily guarantee that we'll be in touch with how we feel. It's more that we can just say things. Things can just come out, perhaps even from a subconscious point. And it's square with the Sun in Pisces, suggests there could be some gossip doing the rounds. Or if someone tells you something that you're not expecting, do try to understand what their motives may be. But on Wednesday, Mercury, the planet of communication, which of course governs Gemini, ends its retrograde in the sign of Pisces and inverts into the sign of Aquarius. So it's still retrograde, still going backwards, but it's moved into Aquarius. Actually, this can be a good thing because Mercury likes being in Aquarius. It's exalted here, and it's more logical than the dreaminess, the wateriness that dilutes Mercury's accuracy when it's in the sign of Pisces. But it is still going backwards. A friend could be in touch, or a long-term plan that has stalled may come back into focus. But on Thursday, Venus, the planet of love, moves into one of its two home zones, the sign of Taurus. But it's going to be linking to Uranus, the planet of surprises. So when it comes to love, if you're single, it is possible that something can develop over the next few days in quite a lively and unexpected way. In an existing relationship, if things have become a little bit too predictable and a bit worn around the edges, a bit like that comfy pair of slippers, it's time to think of ways in which you can regenerate that initial spark you had. And that may mean both of you breaking away from your own personal routines and spending more time together. But if you can be spontaneous, then do be so, whatever your romantic status. Now, all through this week, the Sun continues to forge in Pisces a wonderful angle to Mars. And Mars is about passion, and it's exalted in Capricorn. So this gives us a lot of motivation, potentially. But then, from Thursday through to the end of the week, the Sun aligns with Neptune. This is one of those aspects where if we really want to be very compassionate and caring about other people, this is a fine time to be so. We can just have a natural compassion for others. But equally, Neptune can just take the edge off the Sun's drive, even though Mars has been supportive. By the end of this week, the conjunction with Neptune could make us feel a bit confused, a bit disorientated, lose a little bit of traction. But if we're anticipating it, which you will be by listening to this video, you'll know it's a fine time to do something that's altruistic, that can help someone else. But just be aware that perhaps the inner drive that has been more apparent of late can just die down a little bit. So if you're lucky enough to be able to plan your routine or your day to do something a little bit easier, a little bit less stressful, then that's a smart move. But if you're planning to do something quite vigorous towards the end of this week, just be aware that you may not quite have so much wherewithal as before. Your specific forecast, Taurus, is so exciting. Mercury does retrograde back into the part of your scope that's to do with your worldly interactions. But if there was a job that you applied for a while ago, perhaps didn't even get, someone could be in touch, and maybe the other candidate didn't go for it in the end, or they didn't like them. Something like this, maybe not exactly like this, but something like this can come up again. Something you were going for that stalled around your worldly interaction can come back to you positively. Also, the Sun continues to forge a glorious angle to Mars. If you want to be more experimental, believe that it's possible to go beyond your immediate comfort zone. You can overcome any inner doubts you've got. Also, with Venus arriving in your sign on Thursday, this is the time to feel your glorious sensual best. And it's going to be linking with Uranus, so you can dazzle. You really can have a magnetic vibe, which is going to be turned up to maximum from Thursday through to the early part of next week. So if there is somebody that you're attracted to, then wow them by your presentation. You can be so stylish. And now's a great time to add a few new features, new classy features to your approach, because it can attract a lot of admirers. If you are in a relationship that's broken, however, I think Venus combining with Uranus may make you think, is this the time of no return? Especially with Mars in that angle to the Sun, which is pushing you to be more daring. Only you can decide. But with the Sun combining with Neptune, as this week draws to a close, I do feel that getting together with some like-minded friends, doing something in a group situation could be truly heartwarming and uplifting. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign and embrace personal astrology and understand what makes you tick beyond just where your sun's located, please see the link beneath this video where you can order your personal character analysis and also your 12-month forecast, and also achieve a 30% discount, or you can choose to have a one-to-one personal consultation with me. But for now, good luck and goodbye.